सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. ठीक ठीक ठीक. Am I audible to you? सबको सुनाई दे रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक 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 है ठीक ठीक। अभी दरअसल थोड़ा काम आ गया था तो इसलिए मैं फोन पे था, इसलिए मैंने म्यूट कर रखा था। ओके चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। ओके सो इन लास्ट क्लास हम लोगों ने थोड़ा सा देखा कि हाफ स्पेसेस क्या है और हाउ टू फाइंड एनी पॉइंट और which belongs to in Rn space, and we joining that point with our base point and then try to find the angle between these two, with vector normal vector A and the vector x1 and x0 or x2 to x0, and then we can decide this points x1 or x2 which lies on which plane, or upper half space or lower half space. Okay, so similarly, you already know that what is the equilibrium ball, or we simply know that ball. Okay, so a ball in Rn, you know that what is the definition of that ball, and that ball is also a convex set. Okay, so okay, so here we can define that term. Okay, so I लिख देता हूँ. I say what is Euclidean ball. So Euclidean ball, or we call it simply, we say ball. Okay. So this is a simple definition of this ball is a ball in Rn space. If you take Rn space, has the form, and this is defined by the capital B, and the center point is denoted by this xc, this is center, and suppose the radius of that ball is r, so we decide this B of xc r, and this is the collection of all x such that the minus xc, the distance between these two, is either less than or equals to 1. All region which is less than or equals to 1, this collection of all points is formed to ball. Okay, so this is a definition of ball, or you can write this in the another notation. This is a collection of all x such that the norm of x minus xc, this means you take the product of this x minus xc vector, and this is less or equals to r square. Okay, so you write this thing. Okay, so this is a simple definition of ball. Okay, and here one thing is important, the radius is always greater than 0. So this means r is greater than 0, because if r equals to 0, so this becomes a point. Okay, and what is a definition of that, this notation, this double line, you know that this is basically Euclidean norm. So this denotes the Euclidean norm. Okay, or we say that this, if we take norm of any vector, this equals to u transpose of u, and this to the power half, because norm of that square equals to u transpose u. Okay, so this is u transpose u. Okay, so if any vector, if we take the center, this is xc. Okay, so the vector xc, the vector xc is the center, This is the center of the ball.
सर दैट इज के बाद आपने क्या लिखा एक बार फिर से पढ़ दीजिए तो.
That is norm of u. Norm of u norm of u this equals to u transpose of u. Okay, u transpose into u. Okay, the dot product of these two half. So if x is the center of ball and the r be the scalar one of the ball and the scalar r its radius. Okay, so you have to check that this ball, if the definition of ball is given by this formula. Okay, so you have to check that this ball is convex or not. This ball is convex means convex set. Okay, this is convex set. So a ball is a convex set. क्या ये है या नहीं, और यदि है तो कैसे, और नहीं है तो कैसे. Okay, so a ball is a convex set. Okay, so you have to check that if this is a convex set, if ball is a convex set, then you pick suppose this is your in Rn space. Suppose this is your Rn space, and this is the definition of ball. Suppose this is xc, and suppose the all collection of all the point which is less r equals to that is 1 radius r. Okay, so suppose this is in Rn space. Suppose there are n orthogonal axis here. Okay, so this is your Rn space, and if we take 2 points, suppose if we take suppose this point is say x1, and suppose another point, this point is x2. So you have to prove that the convex combination of these 2 points. Convex combination means the line joining these 2 points is also belongs to that set Rn. Okay, so that's why we need a concept of line segment here. Okay, so this means if x1 and x2 is belonging to that set B, whose center is xc and radius is r. So this implies this means that a norm of x1 minus xc is less or equals to that radius r. And of course, if x2 is also belongs to that set B, so this condition is also holds. Okay, this is also less or equals to that radius r. Okay, and if you take any theta which lies between 0 and 1, so this means here the concept of line segment. So if we take the line convex combination of these 2 points, okay, so convex combination of these 2 points, this means we have to show that this convex combination of these 2 points means theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2. So this is the convex combination of these 2 points, and this is a general point which lies on arbitrary is this line segment. If you take x1 and x2 point, then this theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta x2, when theta lies between 0 and 1, this lies on this line segment, and also this is belonging to your Rn. Okay, so you have to, if we are able to prove that show that this point is belonging to B, this means our ball is convex. Okay, so for that this is belonging to B, so we have to prove that this point, that is theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2, this is arbitrary point which lies on that line segment x1 and x2, this minus because any point x1 belongs to B, so this condition holds. This condition holds means norm of x1 minus xc, where x1 is belonging to that in set B. Okay, so here this point belongs to that set B if and only if this minus xc is norm of that is less than or equals to r. If we are able to prove that this thing, so this implies that this point theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2 is belonging to your set B. Okay, so this means if we are given that if x1 x2 belongs to this and we are able to prove that the convex combination of these two also belongs to B, this means this set B is convex set. Okay, so for that we have to prove that this norm is less or equals to r. So that's why we take here the norm of theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2 minus of r. Okay, and we have tried to see that 1 minus xc, minus xc, and we have checked that this value, norm of this value is less or equals to r or not. Okay, so what is the value here? So this norm of this equals to, we can write here this norm of this theta. Okay, and here we write x1, and we know that this x1 minus c is less or equals to r, and x2 minus c is less or equals to r. So we make this point in the form of that x1 minus xc. So we write this x1 minus xc. So here we subtract minus theta of xc. So that's why we adding this term here. Okay, so theta of xc here. So we add here plus theta of xc, because if we solve this, to theta of x1 and theta of minus xc and plus xc are cancelled out. And here this term is minus of xc, and this is theta of x2. Okay, so if we write this term plus 1 minus theta, okay, and we write x2 minus xc. If we write this, so this implies that here 1 minus theta of x2, और एक टर्म हमने यहाँ से क्या यहाँ पे हमने ऐड किया, because 1 minus theta of x2, and if we solve this, so this becomes 1 minus theta of xc term आपने यहाँ पे क्या किया है. If we multiply this term, so this becomes 1 minus theta of x2, and this is minus of 1 minus theta of xc. Okay, so here we adding this term plus of 1 minus theta of xc here. Okay, and then this minus of xc already here, minus of xc. So check that this is correct or not. So if we this becomes theta of x1, if we solve this, this becomes here, if it theta of x1 minus of theta of xc, here we adding theta of xc plus 1 minus theta of x2, and here minus of 1 minus theta of xc plus 1 minus theta of xc minus xc. Okay, so this means you see that this term are cancelled out, and this term additional term we're taking here. So that's why here theta of x1 1 plus theta of x2 and minus xc is remaining here. Okay, so this means this equals to theta of x1 minus xc, and plus this becomes theta xc plus 1 minus theta x2 minus xc, and if you're solving this, so this becomes xc minus theta of xc minus xc. Okay, so here you check that this theta of xc and minus theta of xc and xc are cancelled out. So simply you get this term is theta of x1 minus xc plus 1 minus theta x2 minus xc norm of that. Okay, and you know that if we norm को अगर हम अंदर ले आए, so this is less or equals to here theta with the scalar one, so we take theta outside, and this is norm of x1 minus xc, and plus this 1 minus theta is also a scalar one, so this becomes outside from the norm, Okay, and you know that norm of a plus b is less or equals to norm of a plus norm of b. So this becomes this term. Okay, so this equals to, and this you know that x1 minus x is less or equals to r. So here again less or equals to theta, and this term is less or equals to r. So you can write here r plus 1 minus theta, 1 minus theta, and this x2 minus x is also less than r. So this becomes r. So now this term is finally less or equals to theta, theta that equals to r. Okay, so this implies you prove that this theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2, this is the convex combination of these 2 points, minus of xc norm of that is less or equals to real r. Okay, so this implies that this theta of x1 plus 1 minus theta of x2 is belonging to your ball, the center is xc and radius is r. Okay, so this implies B is convex set. Okay, so that's why you can prove that this is a convex set. Okay, so ये आपका simple equilibrium ball के लिए है. Similarly, you know that what is ellipsoid. Okay, so next one is ellipsoid. So on next page, ellipsoid. Okay, so basically ellipsoid which has the form, basically ellipsoid इस तरह की form में है, which have the form, and we write ellipsoid by this term. So this is your ellipsoid. This ellipsoid is defined by collection of all x such that x minus xc transpose, and here symmetric matrix P inverse x minus xc, this is less or equals to 1. This is the definition of ellipsoid, and where this P is symmetric matrix. Okay, so this means positive definite. This means greater than 0 means this is positive definite. Okay, so you write here P is symmetric, and positive definite matrix. Okay, so the length of the semi-axis, the length of the semi-axis of this ellipsoid eigenvalues of that. So this becomes if there are lambda i's are the eigenvalue of this matrix P, so square root of that is the semi-axis length of that. Okay, so this becomes this thing. And what is lambda I here? So here lambda i's are the eigenvalues of that matrix P, or the values of P. Okay, so this is a definition of ellipsoid. Okay, for in any dimension. So here, if and this ellipsoid is also a convex set. Okay, so you have to prove that this ellipsoid is a convex set. Okay, तो ये है, इसे आप चेक कर लीजिएगा उसी फॉर्म में. और ओके, एंड नेक्स्ट है पॉलीहेड्रा. व्हाट इज पॉलीहेड्रा? पॉलीहेड्रा या पॉलीहेड्रॉन, P with the matrix, symmetric positive definite matrix. Okay, P
मतलब उसके साथ ही डिफाइन, उसी के साथ ही डिफाइन रहेगी है.
बिल्कुल भाई. इलिप्स, आप इलिप्सॉइड पे कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है. इलिप्स जानते हो? इलिप्स फॉर टू डायमेंशन में इलिप्स आप जानी देख ही रहे हो. एलिप्स जानते हो कि नहीं जानते हो? सर्कल
Yes, sir.
जानते हो? सर्कल जानते हो ना?
Yes.
सर्कल की इक्वेशन होती है समथिंग, अगर उसके सेंटर 0 0 है तो एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू आर स्क्वायर। ओके, और अगर उसके सेंटर कुछ एच के फॉर्म में है तो एक्स माइनस इस तरह की चीजें आपने पढ़ी है, उसी को जनरलाइज कर दिया 2 डायमेंशन से आर एन डायमेंशन में, तो दैट इज योर बॉल। ठीक है, उसी तरह से इलिप्स आपका है 2 डायमेंशन में, तो उसमें एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन ए स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर अपॉन बी स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू 1 होते हैं ना, उसमें ए मेरी सेमी मेजर एक्सिस और बी हमारी सेमी माइनर एक्सिस होती है, पता है ना उसमें? ठीक है, और अगर आप ये 2 डायमेंशन है, मींस अगर आप ग्राफ प्लॉट करो एक्स और वाई एक्सिस में प्लेन में, अगर हम इलिप्सॉइड इन आर एन स्पेस में ले रहे हैं तो हमारे पास क्या होंगी, ढेर सारी हमारे पास एक्सिस होंगी, सपोज x1 x2 x3 x4, ओके, सपोज xn। ठीक, उस केस में हमारा इलिप्सॉइड जो होगा एन डायमेंशनल होगा, उसमें हमारे पास सेमी एक्सिस जो होंगी हमारी, वो हमारी ढेर सारी होंगी। उनकी लेंथ आप कैसे निकालोगे? मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में। अब आप कहेंगे मैट्रिक्स कहाँ से आती है, तो आपका जो इलिप्स की इक्वेशन है वो एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस ए स्क्वायर वाई स्क्वायर अपॉन बी स्क्वायर को आप जनरलाइज करोगे। सपोज देयर आर n कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम, सो x1 स्क्वायर x2 स्क्वायर x3 x1 x2 xn अगर आपके एक्सिस हो गई, तो x1 स्क्वायर अपॉन a1 स्क्वायर x2 स्क्वायर अपॉन a2 स्क्वायर x3 स्क्वायर अपॉन a3 स्क्वायर सो ऑन xn स्क्वायर अपॉन n। ठीक है, an स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू 1, ये फॉर्म आपका जनरल फॉर्म हो गया इलिप्सॉइड का। तो ये बेसिकली आपका क्या फॉर्म है, तो क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म है। क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म को आप मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में लिख सकते हो, क्लियर है? किसी भी क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म को आप मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में लिखोगे, मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में लिखोगे तो मैट्रिक्स क्या होगी आपकी, सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स मिलेगी। इतनी चीजें क्लियर है ना आपको? तो उस क्वाड्रेटिक फॉर्म को जब आप मैट्रिक्स की फॉर्म में लिखेंगे तो वहां से आपको मैट्रिक्स मिल जाएगी, और उस मैट्रिक्स की आइगन वैल्यूज निकाल लेंगे, वो आपकी सेमी माइनर एक्सिसेस मिल जाएंगे, जो कि a1 a2 a3 a4 an मिलेंगी, जो कि रूट ओवर लैम्डा आई होगी। क्लियर? क्लियर हो रही चीज है? और जो उसमें सबसे लार्जेस्ट होगी तो वो आप उसको मेजर कह सकते हो। क्योंकि हमारे पास जब दो ही होती है, जो ही इलिप्सॉइड में इलिप्स में आप देखते हो तो वहां पे एक्स और वाई होती है, तो एक हमारा मेजर हो जाता है, एक हमारी माइनर हो जाती है। ओके, लेकिन जब हमारे पास सपोज मानो 6 एक्सिस है, तो 6 एक्सिस में अब आपकी ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि एक सबसे बड़ी हो और बाकी की 5 जो है वो आपकी छोटी छोटी हो, डिफरेंट भी हो सकती हैं, सेम भी हो सकती हैं, दो एक्सिस आपकी बड़ी बड़ी हो, ओके, और बाकी 4 आपकी छोटी छोटी हो। तो वहां पे अब एक 2 में तो बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि एक ही माइनर होगी, एक ही मेजर होगी। अगर वो दोनों सेम हो जाए तो सर्कल हो जाता है। यहाँ पे अगर n की n सभी सेम हो जाए, सारे आइगन वैल्यूज सेम हो जाए, तो उस केस में इलिप्सॉइड आपका बॉल बन जाएगा। क्लियर? लेकिन अगर एक भी कम है आइगन वैल्यूज, अगर सब की सब एक ही ना आए, कुछ भी अलग आ जाती हैं, तो आपका इलिप्सॉइड हो जाता है। तो सारी आइगन वैल्यूज लैम्डा आइज सभी के सभी सेम हो जाते हैं, सभी आइगन वैल्यूज सेम हो जाती हैं, तो उस केस में आपका सर्कल होगा। क्लियर है? ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें हैं। तो अब हमें बहुत ज्यादा उसमें ज्योमेट्री में नहीं जाना, लेकिन ये सारी चीजें आपने पढ़ी होंगी, रियल एनालिसिस पढ़ी है, सारी चीजें आपको जानना चाहिए। ओके, तो नेक्स्ट है पॉलीहेड्रॉन। पॉलीहेड्रॉन हम तो ये सारी चीजें बस इसलिए हम यहाँ पे डिवोट कर रहे हैं कि ये सारी चीजें आपको जाननी चाहिए, क्योंकि सभी चीजें कहीं ना कहीं ऑप्टिमाइजेशन से ताल्लुक रखती हैं। ओके, सो अ पॉलीहेड्रॉन or polyhedra is defined as the solution of a finite number of inequality and equalities of equalities means equals to sign, okay, and inequalities means lesser or greater or types. Okay, so this means our polyhedron that is defined by P, and this is the collection of all x such that A j ट्रांसपोज विच इज इक्वालिटी. इक्वालिटी के लिए हमारे पास क्या है? इक्वालिटी मीन्स हमारे हाइपरप्लेन. हाइपरप्लेन हम AJ, देयर आर फाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ हाइपरप्लेन, so we can write here AJ, J number of hyperplane. So AJX, that is less or equals to BJ. Okay, so this is basically half spaces. So we first write inequality here, less or equals to and greater or equals to, and after that we write equality. Okay, so J equals to suppose 1 to up to m number of inequality, either less or equals to or greater or equals to. Okay, and here C transpose X, and suppose this अगर हम इसको कुछ हम I ले लें, इसको J ले लें, तो इसको I ले लेते हैं, I. Okay, this equals to DI, where I varies from 1 to suppose P. Okay, so this means there are J number of half spaces and P number of hyperplanes. Okay, so and the solution of that means the all X that satisfies all conditions m plus p number of equations. मतलब m plus p number of equations को जो मेरा X satisfy करेगा, that X, the collection of all X is a polyhedron. Okay, so a polyhedron is the intersection of a finite number of half spaces and hyperplanes. Okay, so if we draw the finite number of this polyhedron, so okay, so here one more definition is polytope. So a polyhedra, basically this polyhedra is polyhedra or convex set. Okay, and a bounded polyhedron is called a polytope. Okay, so this means if we have some half spaces, if we take something like here, this one half space, this half space is suppose A1. So this equation of this hyperplane, or if we take half spaces, lower half spaces, so suppose this is A1 transpose, okay, of X is less or equals to something B1. Okay, so this means this region. Okay, and if we take a second hyperplane, which is defined by this vector is A2. So this is A2 transpose X is less or equals to suppose B2. So this means this region, if we take this region. Okay, so this region. Suppose if we take another half space, which is like this. Okay, and suppose the normal of this is A3. So half this region is A3 transpose X is suppose greater or equals to B3. This means we take this portion. Okay, and next one, if we take this type of A4 transpose X, and suppose this is greater than or equals to B4, this is A4. So this region. Okay, so here there are 4 hyperplanes here, and the common region of these half spaces are this thing, a blue line, this is a red line, and this is green, and this yellow one. Okay, so this finally this region, which is the intersection of all these hyperplanes, and this is your basically P. Okay, so this is your P. This is your polyhedron. Okay, which formed from this intersection of finite number of hyperplanes. Okay, so here we write this, the polyhedron, that is P, which is in fact this shaded region. This shaded region is the intersection of these four half spaces. Okay, so we define this P. We define this P as follows. This P is defined as collection of all x such that this Ax is less or equals to B and this Cx equals to D. Okay, so here we write this less or equals to basically if you write less or equals to means this is a simple inequality, and if you write this form Ax and some bold of that this inequality and some tilde here. Okay, this is some tilde here and this is bold of this. So this is actually this is your generalized inequality. Generalized inequality since this denote a vector inequality. Okay, or you say that this is generalized inequality, or you say this is a vector inequality or component wise inequality. Okay, so so we define here what is A here. So A is basically this A is this component A1, A2, A3, and A4. This A1 transpose A2 transpose A3 transpose A4 transpose. This is your this, and what is your C is this is any, but here we doesn't define here C here. Okay, so here we define simply B. What is B is B with the matrix, which is B1, B2, B3, and B4. Okay, so this here we can define this thing. If we take here some hyperplane here also. So in this example, we doesn't take the hyperplane. Here all are the half spaces. Okay, so you take a hyperplane. Okay, so if we suppose if you take only three equations, suppose this is your C transpose X equals to something D. This is your hyperplane, and suppose this is a C1 of that and D1 of that. And if we take another hyperplane is like that, this is C2 of transpose X equals to D2. These two are hyperplanes. But if we take one more, and these are the half space. Suppose if we take this one, this is A1 transpose X is less or equals to B1. Okay, so this is your vector A here, and we take the half spaces. This is less or equals to that. Okay, so less or equals to that, and this is your hyperplane. This is your hyperplane. So what are the feasible region? Intersection region. So intersection region is this thing. Okay, so this intersection region, this intersection, which is this X that satisfies this equation, and this equation. Okay, so this is feasible region which contains okay, this line, and this line. Okay, so in this sense, you take here two hyperplanes and one half space, and here this is the all are half spaces. Okay, so in this polyhedron there are the finite number of inequalities or equalities here. हो सकता है कि किसी में आपके सिर्फ इनइक्वालिटीज हो सकते हैं किसी में इक्वालिटी हो सकते हैं कि दोनों ही हो. ओके, तो ऐसे आपके जितने भी बनेंगे सभी का इंटरसेक्शन जो होगा दैट इज योर पॉलीहेड्रॉन P. Okay, and what is this symbol denotes? This symbol denotes basically this is vector inequality. So we define here, we write here this symbol, basically the symbol, this symbol which is this symbol denotes vector inequality or component-wise inequality. Component-wise inequality in Rm. Okay, so this means if U is generalized inequality V or vector inequality, this implies that this all Ui is less or equals to Vi for all I that equals to 1 to up to n. Okay, so this means this is your vector inequality or component-wise inequality. If all Ui is less or equals to Vi, then we write this inequality. Okay. Then next one is what is a positive semi-definite cone, and that cone is convex or not. Okay. So in next page, define positive semi-definite cone. Okay, so if this Sn and this Sn is collection of all x which belongs to square matrix n cross n, such that this matrix is symmetric with this x equals to x transpose. Okay, so here this Sn, this denotes the set of symmetric n cross n matrix. So this is symmetric n cross n matrix. Okay, matrices, basically matrices, n cross n matrices. Okay, so which is to know that this Sn is a vector space. So which is vector space. In Bayesian analysis, you have already studied that portion. If this is a vector space and with dimension is n plus 1 by 2, with dimension this is n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is basically here this is the set of all n cross n symmetric matrix. Okay, so okay, and here there are two notations which is related to this Sn. One is Sn plus and second one is Sn plus plus. Okay, so what is Sn plus and what is Sn plus plus? So here we use the notation. We use the notation Sn plus to denote the set of symmetric positive semi-definite matrices. Okay, so this means you write here Sn plus Sn plus. This is the collection of all x and which belongs to your symmetric matrix Sn when this x is greater or equals to 0. Okay, so this is 0. Okay, and the next notation is, and the notation which is Sn plus plus, and that denote the set of symmetric matrix symmetric positive definite matrices, symmetric positive definite matrices. Okay, and this is defined by collection of all x such that with this Sn belongs to this, and this x is greater than 0. This x is greater than 0. So this is positive definite, and this is positive semi-definite, because this is greater or equals to 0. Okay, greater or equals to 0 is positive semi-definite, and this is positive definite. Okay, similarly, there are some notations here which is related to what is R plus. R plus means this is non-negative reals. Okay, and what is R plus plus? अगर हम बात करें R plus plus मेरा क्या होगा? This is positive reals. Okay, so this means here non-negative means 0, including 0 here, and here excluding 0. Okay, and similarly here all eigenvalues are positive, strictly greater than 0, and here equals to maybe 0 and maybe positive. Okay, so here this set Sn plus, this Sn plus, so we are interested, we are defined this part is Sn plus, Sn plus plus, R plus, R plus plus. Okay, so our problem is you have to check that the set this Sn plus is a convex cone. This is a convex cone. Okay, तो ये आपका convex cone है या नहीं? Okay, so what is a convex cone? Convex cone के लिए आप क्या करते हो? Convex cone के लिए हमने बताया कि हमारे पास अगर suppose हम if we take 2 points, okay, जो कि इसमें belong करें, okay, and if our θ1 and θ2 are greater or equals to 0, okay, कॉन्वेक्स सेट में क्या करते हैं? कॉन्वेक्स सेट में हम करते हैं कि हमारा θ1 और θ2 ग्रेटर इक्वल्स टू 0 एंड आल्सो समेशन ऑफ दैट θ1 plus θ2 equals to 1. That's why we take this θ1 of x1 plus θ2 of x2 is also belongs to that set. Okay, so here if we take any x1 x2 belongs to set your S, and this for θ1 and θ2 which is greater than or equals to 0, only this condition holds. So, and this θ1 x1 plus θ2 x2 also belongs to that set S, so we say that this set S is your convex cone. Okay, and if we say this θ1 plus θ2 equals to 1, if we apply here additional condition here, then this is your convex set की definition हो जाएगी. ओके, तो कॉन्वेक्स सेट में हम क्यों θ1 plus θ2 equals to 1 लेते हैं? बिकॉज अगर हम एक पॉइंट हमने x1 और x2, अगर हमने इस पॉइंट को लिख लिया x1 और x2, ओके, एंड इफ वी टेक θ1 and θ2 greater than 0, okay, but here if we take the summation of θi when I equals to 1 to 2, that equals to 1, this means here when θ is equals to 0, we get x1 point, and if we take θ2 equals to 0, okay, so in that sense, and θ1 plus θ2 equals to 1, so this means we get θ this point. Okay, because here θ1 plus θ2 equals to 1, so you know that what is the θ1 value is 1 minus θ2. Okay, and if θ2 equals to θ, then so this means this term is θ, and this term is 1 minus θ, so this becomes θ of x1, and this is 1 minus θ of x2 here. So this is the convex combination. Okay, and if we take θ equals to 0, you get this x2 point, and if θ equals 1, you get this point. Okay, and between these two, because we restrict that कि summation मेरा 1 ही होना चाहिए और दोनों पॉजिटिव ही होने चाहिए, जिसमें θ की वैल्यू कुछ भी हम दें, हमारे सारी वैल्यूज आएगी जो x1 और x2 के बीच में सारे पॉइंट्स आएंगे. उस केस में हमारे पास एक लाइन सेगमेंट आएगी और हम अपनी प्रॉब्लम को यहीं तक रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर लेंगे कि हम हमारा सिर्फ और सिर्फ व्हेन वी अप्लाई दिस समेशन θi equals to 1, तो हमें लाइन सेगमेंट पे हम आ जाएंगे. ओके, बट हियर इन कॉन्वेक्स कोन के सेंस में क्या है कि ये चीज नहीं है, हमें ये लाइन सेगमेंट नहीं चाहिए, हमें एक पॉइंट चाहिए, एंड दैट इज योर 0. ओके, सो बेसिकली यहाँ लाइन सेगमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं, यहाँ हमारा एक कॉन्सेप्ट है 0 से रे जाती है उस पॉइंट से होते हुए, दैट इज योर रे। एंड हियर दिस इज आल्सो अ रे, एंड दिस रे जैसे आपने टॉर्च है आपके पास, सपोज यू हैव अ टॉर्च, ओके, एंड इफ वी फोकस दैट टॉर्च, this go from here to that side, okay, and this is your starting point here, and suppose this starting point is pole, and this is your origin O, okay, and here your light ray go to or outward direction, and here to from here to infinity, okay, not any fixed point, और this means कि यहाँ से यहाँ एक fixed point या line segment की बात नहीं है, ये इसको क्रॉस करते हुए चली जाए, जिसको क्रॉस करते हुए चला जाए, ये पूरा का पूरा इसको क्रॉस करते हुए चला जाए, दिस मींस हियर थीटा को हमें यहाँ रोकना नहीं है कि थीटा प्लस थीटा 2 इक्वल्स टू 1 अगर हम कर दिया, दिस मींस वी यहाँ पे लाइन सेगमेंट तक ही जाएंगे, बट हियर फॉर ऑल वैल्यू ऑफ थीटा व्हिच इज ग्रेटर देन 0, दिस मींस फॉर अबव 1 से आगे जाए तो हम इसकी इस इंफिनिटी तक हम पहुंचते जाएंगे, एंड दिस इज द कांसेप्ट ऑफ रे, ओके, सो दिस इज योर रे, एंड दिस रे फॉर्म अ कॉन्वेक्स कोन, सो दिस इज योर कोन, बेसिकली ये आप एक तरह से क्या बनाते हैं, कोन बनाते हैं, और कोन चूंकि हमारा जो कोन है, जब हम हमारे की पूरी ये इंफिनिटी तक इस पॉइंट से स्टार्ट हो रही है, इस पॉइंट से स्टार्ट हो रही है, और ये इंफिनिटी तक आप लेके इसको जा रहे हो, तो जब इतनी लंबी इसमें रे आ सकती है, तो एक छोटा सा लाइन सेगमेंट उसके अंदर इनबिल्ट है ही है, छोटी सी लाइन सेगमेंट, ओके, तो दिस मींस कि ये जो हमारा कोन है उसके अंदर कॉन्वेक्सिटी तो उसके अंदर इनबिल्ट ही है, क्योंकि जब इतनी लंबी इंफिनिटी तक जब लाइन जा रही है, तो इस पॉइंट से छोटे पॉइंट तक की लाइन सेगमेंट तो उसके अंदर है ही, तो दिस इंप्लाइज दैट दिस इज अ कोन एज वेल एज दिस इज अ कॉन्वेक्स, तो दैट इंप्लाइज दिस इज योर कॉन्वेक्स कोन, इसलिए हम इसे कॉन्वेक्स कोन कहते हैं, ओके। अब आप यहाँ कंफ्यूजन ये ना रखें कॉन्वेक्स कहाँ है, इस मींस कि आपको इक्वल्स टू 1 और ये कंडीशन इसमें इंप्लाई होनी चाहिए, नहीं नहीं, ये तो उसका बड़ा सेट हो गया ना, बड़ा सेट हो गया, कौन है और इसमें कॉन्वेक्सिटी, तो उसमें लाइन ये पूरी आपकी, हाँ, अफाइन ये कब होता, जबकि इसको नीचे इसके रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में माइनस इंफिनिटी टू प्लस इंफिनिटी तक आप ले आते इस पॉइंट्स को, देखिए समझिए, ये इस पॉइंट्स को यहाँ से यहाँ तक फिक्स कर लिया, तो दिस इज अ लाइन सेगमेंट, ओके, लेकिन यहाँ से हम इसको पूरी इंफिनिटी तक ले गए, तो दिस इज योर रे, ओके, और इसको रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में भी ले गए, तो ये आपकी पूरी लाइन होगी, तब ये पूरा आपका अफाइन हो गया, तो ये पूरी अफाइन हो गई, ये छोटा इस अफाइन में तो ये लाइन सेगमेंट है ही, दिस मींस ये कॉन्वेक्स तो है ही, अगर ये अफाइन है तो इसमें रे पूरी रे आएगी ही, तो अगर आपका अफाइन है तो उसमें रे तो आना ही आना है, ओके। सेकेंड वन, हमारा अगर ये रे पूरी आ रही है तो इसमें हमारा ये लाइन सेगमेंट तो उसके अंदर आप ले ही आओगे, देखिए वो लाइन सेगमेंट हमारा पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन, ओके, तो ये आपकी छोटी सी चीज है कि कॉन्वेक्स कोन का सेंस है कि आप एक पॉइंट से स्टार्ट करते हैं और वो सारा आप एक कोन बनाते हैं, वहां पे ये इनइक्वालिटी जो हम रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर लेते हैं लाइन सेगमेंट की, वो चीजें नहीं है, इसलिए समेशन वाली चीज यहाँ पे हम नहीं लिखेंगे, ओके। सो हियर यू हैव टू प्रूव दैट दिस इज कॉन्वेक्स कोन or not. So here, if we take any theta 1 and theta 2, this is greater or equals to 0, and say any two matrices that belongs to Sn plus में अगर हमारा belong करे, so if we take any two matrix AB that belongs to Sn plus, then this theta of A theta 1 of A plus theta 2 of B is also belonging to Sn plus, okay, so from the definition of this, okay, तो ये आपको मालूम है कि ये हमारा कॉन्वेक्स कोन क्यों होगा, क्योंकि ए थीटा 1 थीटा 2 ग्रेटर इक्वल टू 0 ले लिया, ये भी दोनों ऐसी मैट्रिक्स ली जो कि हमारी सिमेट्रिक पॉजिटिव सेमी डिफरेंट मैट्रिसेस हैं, तो इफ वी टेक any scalar multiplication of, you know that if A and B are positive semi-definite matrices, and if we are adding of these two, this is also a, if we multiply by any scalar, that is also positive semi-definite matrix. If we adding these two positive semi-definite symmetric matrix, so resultant is also positive semi-definite symmetric matrix, okay, so this means if we multiply by any scalar one, so this is also belongs to Sn plus. Here theta 2 of B, if you multiply any non-zero finite number, this is also Sn plus. If you adding two matrices, this is belonging to Sn plus, this also belongs to Sn plus, okay. So from the definition of, we write here, from the definition of positive semi definiteness. This means for any x that belongs to Rn space, we have this x transpose theta 1 x, theta 2 we have x transpose theta 1 of matrix A, theta 2 of matrix B of x. This equals to theta 1 x transpose AX, and theta 2 with a scalar one, so this becomes x transpose B of x, and this is either greater or equals to 0 due to this is a greater or equals to 0 and B is also greater or equals to 0. Okay, and if A is a positive semi-definite and B is also positive semi-definite, and theta 1 and theta 2 is greater or equals to 0. Okay, तो ये greater than 0 कब होगा? जब A मेरा 0 है और ये सभी 0 है, तो this is our always greater or equals to 0. Okay, so this condition holds. So because this condition holds, that's why theta of A1 and theta 2 of B is also belonging to Sn plus. Okay, तो ये आपका पॉजिटिव सेमी डेफिनिट कोन है, ये आपके ये कॉन्वेक्स होते हैं. पॉजिटिव सेमी डेफिनिट कोन जो है वो आपके पॉजिटिव है. So in next turn, there are two important theorem. First one is supporting hyperplane and separating hyperplane. So that two theorem we will okay, the proof of that theorem we will take tomorrow, and tomorrow there are two classes. 12 से 2 है, उसके में हम आपको देखेंगे. जैसा होगा हम आपसे बताएंगे कितने बजे से क्या क्या है. ओके, तो आज इतना ही करते हैं. आज इतना ही करते हैं, बाकी कल करेंगे क्योंकि 1 बज गया है. ओके, थैंक यू टू.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you,
सर.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.